Oh, okay.
And
Hold on.
let's begin.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Great to see everyone. And yes, it is okay to smile tonight. There's a lot out there that's sort of dismal, especially in this part of the country. But a lot to be happy about and to celebrate. And this is the month of Adar, the month of our greatest joy. So enjoy yourself. You can even throw in a nice, colorful background like I have. And let's begin. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzitchem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yalalai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, yalalai, lai, lai,
Let's continue. We're on page 11 as we come to Lachune Ranana.
My pages. Lechune ranina l'Adonai nari alitzu yisheinu. Lechune ranina l'Adonai nari alitzu yisheinu. Nekad mafanav betoda bizmirot nari alo. Nekad mafanav betoda bizmirot nari alo. Ki el gadol Adonai hu melech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai hu melech gadol al kol Elohim. Lechune ranina l'Adonai nari 40 שנה כובדור, ואומר עמדוי לבבהם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי ואפי, אם יבואון אל מנוחתי.
And we continue. Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash, sing unto God a new song. And at this point, everyone is pretty much muted, which, because we have a lot of people coming aboard, it's a good news, not as good news situation. But you can still sing on your own. Please do sing unto God a new song.
שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני, שירו שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו ליום ליום ישועתו, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, מסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, ירם הים ומלואו, יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי יער, לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו.
And let's continue now on page 16. Or Zarua. Light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright. We continue with that theme of joy. And let's continue with Lachadodi on page 23. We can get up out of our seats at the end of this and maybe go, not so much to open the door, but at least to look at the door to welcome the Shabbat. We'll do the first two and last two verses of the hymn.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה, לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מכל הברכה מראש מקדם ניסוחה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי. אל יריש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה, והולך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והולך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצחולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, והולך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והולך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. יללה 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 נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. פני שבת נקבלה. I'll take a
Yes,
deep
I
breath.
know, but let's just breathe for a moment. And
That was
more than
awesome.
that, I want to give you all the opportunity to unmute one at a time to share a wow. We're not going to do the jokes yet. We have some excellent talent that we've brought in for tonight. I mean, really top-notch humor talent. But, and I don't want you all to unmute yourselves unless you actually want to share a wow. If you do, please. And by the way, I can't see everybody because we have so many people aboard, which is great. So you may just need to start talking.
Rabbi,
Yes, Sharon.
I just wanted to mention, some of you know that my sister was in a horrible accident and for the last 6 weeks is unable to walk. And yesterday she actually took a few steps and is on her road to walking again. So we are very grateful and delighted and certainly thank everybody's well wishes and prayers.
That is truly a wow. And you know, for those of us who've been at the Minyan, many of the days when Sharon's there, of course, saying Kaddish, people are asking. So we're all very concerned about Lori, and thank you for, you know, for filling us in. And please send her our best.
Thank you.
Sandy, I see your hand.
First of all, Yasha Koach to Jeff and Sharon.
Thank you.
Our wow of the week is a little different. The country table, the newest foodery of our son-in-law, Jeffrey Laszlo, has opened up. And so we're very excited, hoping for less ice and better weather. And that's our wow of the week.
And
That's
where is it?
terrific. Yeah,
It's in
you know what,
Greenwich.
Sandy, send me the address and I'll send it out. But it's in Greenwich, right? Or where is it?
Excuse me, Rabbi? It's in
Is it-
Greenwich. It's in
yes.
Glen. I'll send the address.
Right,
Thank
no,
you.
we'd love to share maybe a website or anything because we definitely want to help them out.
Absolutely. We'll do it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I saw the menu. Mara happened to see it, and there seemed to be like a really nice veggie sandwich there.
And there is.
no, you know, no hints or anything, but I'm hungry. Anyway, okay. Next, any more wows? We want to get people to smile. This is a smiley night. Hey, how do I? Oh, Rosalie, go ahead. You're muted. That all automatically gets people to smile. But no, I mean not that you're muted, of course, but that whenever someone is unmuted and you know, Rosalie, we still can't hear you, but we can see you. You know what? Is there like a button, or do you want to just put it in the chat? Okay. All right. So anyone else while Rosalie's figuring
Okay,
that out?
I'm here. I'm
Oh,
here.
there she
Oh,
is.
there she is. Go. You
Okay,
go, girl.
today is February the 4th. 54 years ago, today, Dick and I were married on a cold February day, and we celebrated this cold February day today.
Wow.
Again, 54
So-
years.
So Mazel Tov.
Thank you. Oh, what is that?
Well, you know what? I got to do anything to get you guys to smile, and it's obvious that you're in synagogue Zoom exhaustion mode. So I'm wearing my Emily in Paris beret. I love that show. No, anyway, my Peyton Manning imitation. All right, so let's continue with our service. I'll set my beret aside, I promise, and we'll continue with the Psalm of Gratitude.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. עלי עשור ועל ישר אדוני צורי ולא אף לתבור. הללויה,
Hallelujah.
הללויה,
Hallelujah.
הללויה.
There you go. That was upbeat. That definitely lifted us just one more level. And which reminds me that the wowest wow of the week is that our cantor has re-upped, and so I will reserve the entire chat from here to the end of the service for congratulatory comments for the cantor. And of course, the other thing is that Tom Brady so graciously retired. So we are on our way to the Baruchu as we rise.
ואם ברשמותיכם ברכיה, כרצונו בו, יום ולילה כוללו מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני,
Shemo.
המעריב ערבים.
Amen. Avat Olam.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך
We continue.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Let's read on the left side of the page. Loving life and its mysterious source with all our heart, all our spirit, all our senses and strength, we take upon ourselves and into ourselves these promises: to care for the earth and those who live upon it, to pursue justice and peace, to love kindness and compassion. We will teach this to our children throughout the passage of the day, as we dwell in our homes and as we go on our journeys, from the time we rise until we fall asleep. And may our actions be faithful to our words, that our children's children may live to know truth and kindness have embraced, peace and justice have kissed, and are one. We continue as the Shema concludes.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
And now to Mi Chamocha on page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו
Adonai,
ימלוך
Yimloch,
לעולם
Leolam,
ועד.
Vaed,
אדוני
Adonai,
ימלוך
Yimloch,
לעולם
Leolam,
ועד.
Vaed.
יא לה 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 לה, יא לה לה לה, יא לה לה, יא לה לה, יא לה לה, יא לה, יא לה לה, יא לה לה, יא לה לה. אדוני
Adonai,
ימלוך
Yimloch,
לעולם
Leolam,
ועד.
Vaed,
אדוני
Adonai,
ימלוך
Yimloch,
לעולם
Leolam.
ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני
Shemo.
גאל ישראל.
Amen. Now we join Hashkivenu, prayer for peace.
Shelter us in place, shelter us in peace, shelter us in love, shelter us in love, shelter us in place, shelter us in peace, shelter us in love. Shelter us in love. Hashkivenu, ya Eloheinu. Hashkivenu l'shalom. Hashkivenu, ya Eloheinu. Hashkivenu l'shalom. Shelter us in place, shelter us in peace, shelter us in love, shelter us in love, shelter us in place, shelter us in peace, shelter us in love, shelter us in love. Hashkivenu, ya Eloheinu. Hashkivenu l'shalom. Hashkivenu, ya Eloheinu. Hashkivenu l'shalom. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום אתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Now Vishamru on 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדור תמרית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדור תמרית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם.
Oti Leolam.
עוד היא לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני
Asa Adonai.
את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש,
Shabbat Vayinafash.
שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Oh, Rabbi, can you see the closed captioning? I don't know if
No, did,
everyone
what
can.
did the Olam say?
I'm not quite sure, but it really loves the Hebrew, and so it's
Oh.
making me smile. It's bringing me Adar joy because it's quite a.
And I
It
just
could be its own prayer.
I just thought seeing 51 devices in our participants column was making you smile. But anyway, it's great to see everyone, of course. Now, at this point, we want to give people the opportunity for some silent prayer, and we'll do that. So in the chat, I've put the PDF for the service, and the Amida begins on 47. So you can go through that on your own. You can also place names for healing there, as the cantor will be providing us with a meditative moment.
I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable. And breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and allow the stress of the week to flow out on the breath. As you breathe in, renewing energy and light, and breathe out any tension. Exhale into places that you hold, places where you might have a knot. As you allow the breath to just flow naturally. And bring your attention to your feet. Perhaps they are like pillars of your own temple. The foundation with which you connect to the ground. This week, in this Parsha, we are instructed to build the Holy Tabernacle, to build the Mishkan. And I really think about how we fashion ourselves as a Mishkan. How our bodies become temple for the divine, and how the divine can dwell and live within us and flow as breath, as life, as source. Just take a couple more breaths in this space. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Ve'asuli mikdash ve'shachanti betocha va'anachnu nevarech ya me'ata ve'ad olam. Oh, love, prepare me. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you, sanctuary for you. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Thank you, Cantor. So, anyway, we are now shifting gears to Jewish humor. I mean, I think that any visit to a sanctuary, any visit to a synagogue should be an all-encompassing emotional experience. It should involve tears. It should involve hopes. It should involve maybe a little bit of exasperation and impatience, but it definitely needs to involve laughter, especially when we're talking about Jews, and especially when we're talking about the month of Adar, and especially when we're talking about the month of Adar that's so nice, we're doing it twice. This is our Jewish leap year. We've just started the first Adar. We have 6 weeks till Purim. It's going to be a big celebration from now till then. I implore you to bring me your jokes, not just this week. We have some great jokes lined up for this week, but for the next several weeks, whether in person or on Zoom. So, what am I? You're all laughing. There's something. What am I? I look a little funny. All right, maybe I better go for something a little more subtle. All right, so let's try that. Yeah, you know what? You can actually unmute to laugh. It's a good thing if you want. So anyway, I've talked about this in writing, which is sort of funny in and of itself. But I was speaking with our congregant, John Graubart, who is on this Zoom tonight, and he was telling me his secret to getting through all the challenges of life during these turbulent times. Tries to do 3 things every day. Great lesson, and I really took it to heart. 1 is learn something, 2 is to help someone, and 3 is to tell a joke. So I figured, wow, you must have a lot of jokes by now. And I said, just give me some of your best. And so he sent me a few. And so I'm going to start with John's jokes. So this is officially John Jewish Joke Night at Temple Bethel. But then we're going to move on. We have some, as I said, guests lined up, and I have a few others myself. And what I'd like you to do, again, in the chat, is to score these. Now, we could say 1 to 10, but in the end, I'd love you to pick the best joke, your favorite joke for Temple Bethel Jewish Joke Night. This will not be a long thing, by the way. We're just going to fire off a few. You should know that New York Magazine did a listing of the 100 jokes that shaped modern comedy a few years ago. Fully 50 of them had Jewish connections. So we are the people of the joke. All right. Wise Men of Chelm. No, there you go. Wise Men of Chelm. They are like a genre unto themselves. I won't get into all of what they are and all about, but anyway, they tried to increase their income by brewing beer. After a year of trying, they sent a sample to the local university for analysis. The result came back. Your horse has diabetes. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. Sam was working hard, sewing in his shop on Orchard Street one hot August day. Oi, Sam said, I wish I had a partner. A voice from above replied, Sam, I'll be your partner and things will work out for you. Sam looked up and said, I can see it now, the sign in front, Sam and God. The voice then answered, not quite. We're moving uptown. The name is going to be Lord and Taylor. You got it. Okay.
Lord and Taylor.
Yes. Oh, I hear you, Judy.
One of my
I hear
all-time
you.
faves.
All right. These are old. These are tried and true. These are jokes that have been through the washing machine a few times. Mo was in a synagogue on Yom Kippur. He prayed, it's been a hard year. I'll try to follow all the mitzvot. All I ask in return is that I win the lottery. The following Yom Kippur, Mo complained in his prayer, I followed all the mitzvot, but I didn't win the lottery. There was a clap of thunder and a booming voice from above, Mo, meet me halfway. Buy a ticket.
Yeah.
This is, all right, you know what? Alan Jaffe is here.
Oh,
A
yes.
fart joke.
There is no better jokester in our congregation than Alan. Alan, if you would speak up, then I'm going to spotlight you. You got a couple
Okay.
of jokes. Go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Do we want to answer that? Yes.
Yes.
You're on mute, Alan. Click. No,
No,
you're
no.
not. You're not actually not on mute. Go ahead.
Okay, Schwartz and Goldstein have been friends for years. Goldstein has never been married and lamented to Schwartz that every woman he has brought home has been unacceptable to his mother.
Oy vey.
Find a woman who is just like your mother, Schwartz advised. Some months later, Schwartz asked Goldstein, how is the search for a woman his mother approved of? How was that proceeding? And Goldstein replied, I found a woman just like my mother. You were right. My mother liked her very much. Schwartz said, then what's the problem? Goldstein replied, my father doesn't like her.
I have to laugh.
You gotta laugh at that. That's good.
Fill in the blank.
All right, Alan, you're on a roll. Give us another one.
I'm on a roll. Is it a power
Hold
roll?
Yeah.
We're limiting him.
That morning, Bernstein assigned the Shishi Aliyah to Feldman. At this synagogue, it was customary for a person who was assigned an Aliyah to make a contribution during the following week. On the next Shabbat, Bernstein yelled at Feldman for not making a contribution. An argument ensued and someone called the police. When the policeman arrived, he asked what was going on. Bernstein said that he gave shishi to Feldman last week and he didn't pay for it. The policeman said to Feldman, give him back shishi.
There you go. I mean, you
But
know,
he didn't introduce it properly. That was one of my father's.
That was
Oh,
one of
all right.
Gary's father's jokes.
that's good. All right.
The only
So,
other thing I have to say is,
yes.
I think I've asked you this before, Rabbi. Do you think that having a lock on the ark makes for a safer Torah?
Uh,
Right.
Very
Yeah.
punny.
Right. Well, you see, when you're getting into puns, you're getting into his real strength. So, where we can compete, head to head on puns. Anyway, Rabbi Ginsburg, you have a joke?
You look a little weird, Rabbi.
Yeah, I think this is actually getting creepy. Go ahead, Rabbi G.
Hello. So, two American astronauts finally land on Mars. Their mission, check whether there is oxygen on the planet. Give me the box of matches, says one. Either it burns and there is oxygen, or nothing happens. He takes the box and is ready to strike a match when out in the distance a Martian appears, frantically waving all of his arms. No, don't. The astronauts look at each other, worried. Could there be an unknown explosive gas on Mars? Still, he takes another match and a crowd of hysterical Martians appears, all waving their arms. No, don't do that. One of the astronauts says, this looks serious. What are they afraid of? Nonetheless, we're here for science, to know if man can breathe on Mars. So he strikes a match, which flames up, burns down, and nothing happens. So he turns to the Martians and asks, why did you try to prevent us from striking a match? The leader of the Martians says, because it's Shabbos.
But of course.
You figured it out.
All right. Anyway, I always wanted to be on
That's
TV.
the one.
So this is on behalf of Sally Levine. Cantor, if you can spotlight Sally, because I'm reading it on her behalf, and let's share, maybe share the spotlight. But I'm happy to do it. Okay, here you go. A Jewish granddaughter went to visit her grandma who loved snacks. When the granddaughter walked into her home, she noticed many snacks on the floor and asked, why are the snacks on the floor? Grandma replied, so if I fall, I won't be hungry. I don't know if I can tell that as well as you, Sally. Right now, we haven't had a single score in the chat, by the way, so I think you're just all, accumulating your grand total of scores, but you got to pick a favorite joke. So thank you, Sally. Thanks so much for that. Scott, you there? Scott Secular has a joke.
I'm here.
Which he got into me literally at the last minute before Shabbat.
I got it right in under the wire.
Under the wire. Go ahead.
I got an auto response back from you that it was Shabbat. So and I should say
no, that was the auto response, right? Yeah, that was after though, I think.
And I should say that part of my family is from Chelm. Really.
We visited Chelm. Our Temple Bethel group in Eastern Europe visited. We stayed overnight in Chelm. 2017. Go ahead, Scott. Let's hear the joke.
One of my goals to get there. So a Jewish man he decides to go for a sojourn in the woods on a beautiful Shabbat morning. He wants to take some time, find a nice place to pray and meditate. Maybe he'd hear Cantor Katie's voice in the distance.
Sorry.
Now you just lost my whole timing.
I'm going to mute myself. I have no idea who's calling.
So he finds a beautiful place to stop and pray. He has his kippah, he's got his talit, he's got his siddur. He starts to pray. He's getting in the moment, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of his eye, he sees a bear. He's like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" So he starts to quietly walk away, and the bear follows him. And he starts to run, and the bear follows him. He's like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" And he keeps running and running. The bear chases him, and finally, the bear corners him into a cave, and he runs into the cave, and the bear is blocking his way out. And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to die here in the cave." And he's got his talit, his kippah on, and he starts to say the Shema.
She said, "My father doesn't like her."
It's his. He's going to be a goner. So he's saying the Shema, and he's davening. And all of a sudden, he looks out of the corner of his eye again, and he sees the bear. And the bear has a kippah on. He's got a talis on, and he's got a sitter in his hand, and the bear is davening. He says, "Oi, I can't believe this. I've been chased by a Jewish bear. God has answered my prayers. The bear is not going to kill me." So he said, what's the bear praying? He inches over a little bit to hear what the bear is saying, and he hears Motzi lechem min haaretz.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That is a
That's my
classic.
favorite.
That is an all-time classic, and you told it incredibly. So let me get off TV here, and I'm going to do only one more. I have several. I got a million of them, but I want to play one actually. This is something that we could do because we're on Zoom tonight, and this is funny, but it's very special. We have an audio tape of Frank Rosner telling his last joke on the high holidays in 2007. And anyway, this, of course, he passed away. Blessed memory, Frank. Can you still hear me? Because I just put it on computer audio. I'm hoping this will come through. All right. So I'm going to ask you to please, if you can, either mute yourselves or be quiet. This is just a minute. It's after his Aliyah. So Rabbi Ginsburg, when he was just Jerry, maybe heard at the beginning of this, announcing that he came up for that Aliyah, and then he asked for the floor, and I gave it to him. So let me see if I can do this. Wait, hold on 1 second. This is not right. I gotta share. I'm sharing sound, which is a whole different experience. All right. Now. No, this isn't it. I'm just increasing the excitement. I know, the anticipation. I don't know where it went. Hold on. Anyone else want to tell a joke while I'm doing this? Okay. Frank has asked to say a word with great trepidation, but only he has earned this right. And it also should be just a little commercial for the Morning Minion, which is Frank's special project. And at every Morning Minion, he gives us a word of wisdom. So here we go.
I was taught that you leave them smiling. And the smile I would like to get is on this story. The man went to his doctor for his regular physical. And when he was finished, he asked the doctor, "How am I doing?" The doctor says, "Well, you could do better. I want you to walk for 2 hours 2 miles, for 2 miles every day, and call me at the end of 30 days. 30 days later, the phone rang. The nurse answered the phone and said, "Your patient is on the line. He's in Philadelphia, and he wants to know what we do next."
That's wonderful that you have that.
Yes, and more importantly, Eileen has it.
Oh, so cool, Eileen. So excellent.
Okay, so that was a special way to end it, and really, it's something we can only do on Zoom. So I'm glad we could do that tonight. All right, so you got to vote. Best joke. Let's see it in the chat. In the meantime, we continue with the Kiddush.
You gonna chat?
No, you.
Oh yeah, everyone could sort of re-mute yourself as we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. And now, Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה השמיים ויוצר הארץ ומשבית רוב השמיים ממעל, ושכינת וזו בקמיהם מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין הורה ממלכנו וזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו.
והשבותה
אל לבביך,
לבביך,
כי אדוני
כי אדוני
הוא האלוהים,
הוא האלוהים,
והשבותה
והשבותה
אל לבביך,
אל לבביך,
כי אדוני
כי אדוני
הוא האלוהים.
הוא האלוהים.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our congregation is saddened at the passing of Eleanor Case, the mother of Claire Schiffman Brenner. We pray that the family be comforted among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We also recall in loving memory this coming week the yahrzeit of Gloria Eisenberg, my mother-in-law's first yahrzeit is this week. Rose Berman, Harry Cohen, Hinda Ginsberg, Kurt Gorwitz, Fred Hainbach, Jody Fisher-Horwitz, Ida Kellick, Seymour Kirshner, Renee Konigsbacher, Fran Kravitz, Nancy Lefferman, Lois Lesser, Milton Lewis, Charles Lieber, Evelyn Lieberfarb, Molly Mallon, Jeanette Mott, Elizabeth Nabel, Sam Ostreich, Arnold Piskin, Anna Moskowitz Rosenberg, Emil Rosenberg, Dora Roth Dornfeld, Bernard Sabrine, Morris Schneiderman, Charles Silber, Jay Simon, Saul Siskind, Robert Snyderman, Frank Stone, Sadie Stone, Yoel Stasser, Vianne Victor, Maurice White, Jill Wally, and Helen Zagelman. And please feel free to add any more names you'd like into the chat, and those who observe yahrzeit or are in mourning, join, and please feel free to unmute for the mourners Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei rabba, Yalmad yimrach v'yitei v'yamlich malchutei, v'yechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'yagala v'yizman karim v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach v'yolam elomei hamayim. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yishtar v'yitvaram v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha brichu v'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata namiran b'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba v'yishmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'broma shalom v'al kol Yisrael v'al Yisrael v'yimru amen.
Amen.
V'yimru, 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 amen. V'yimru, v'yimru,
Amen.
Amen. So Barbara, I know you are our greeter tonight. If you'd like to share
Yes.
some greetings, while you're
Sure.
doing that, we've got some math whizzes in our congregation, and you know who you are. If you can total up the votes on our favorite jokes, we can be informed right afterwards. Go ahead, Barbara.
Okay. Okay. Shabbat shalom, everybody. It's nice to see everybody tuned in. Rabbi, thank you as always for a meaningful service, and especially for tonight for the levity. I think we could all use it given the times and the yucky, dismal day that we all had today. So thank you. To Cantor Kaplan, always your music is uplifting and really soul reaching, and we thank you. Tomorrow morning services will be at 10 a.m. on Zoom. There is a Shabbat Bibam at 11 o'clock. As always, our weekday minions are at 1 p.m. Tuesday evening, February 8th, there is meditation and guided imagery with Cantor Kaplan. Next Friday, February 11th, will be our Black History Month Shabbat. That will be a very special service, so please join us. And next Sunday, which is Super Bowl Sunday, all right, in the morning, we have bagels with the board from 9 to 11. So if you can drop by, we'd love to see you. And don't forget, if you haven't gotten your box for the men's club Super Bowl pool, okay, you can do that online. Any questions, all of this information is online. You can call the office. Everybody will be happy to help you. And we just wish you a good and an easy week. Okay, thank you. And Shabbat.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay.
Thanks. Shabbat Shalom and Yasher Koach to the Cantor, really. And, I mentioned it very quickly during the service, but we're so thrilled to have you here and to have you remaining here and sharing so much of your talent with us and your soul. There's a funny comment by Jonathan. Is levity a priestly trait? Good question. Now, Marcia said clearly it was Scott. Now, that's one of my favorite jokes. I mean, and you told it better than me. One of the frustrating things, of course, of doing something like this is realizing how rotten my timing is. And what you heard tonight is absolutely true. Frank always got much better laughs, much bigger laughs than I did in the sanctuary. But now, did Scott win numerically? Because I seem to see a lot of Frank Rosners here too. But no, I guess Scott, you are the winner, and just for having gotten under the wire for Shabbat, special cred for you.
What did he win?
Our applause.
And Julie was my pride.
I could have said that. I could, that was what was coming off the tip of my tongue. I did not, but basically that's it. Yeah.
And I'll leave you with a one-liner. What do you get if you eat bad mushrooms on Friday night? Shabbat Shabbat.
Okay, that just makes me want to have dinner right now. I'll tell you. Okay. This was nice. So I now know the key to having 50 plus devices, which means nearly 100 people or more on a Friday night. First of all, ice storm outside definitely helps. Although I think in New Canaan, if the movies are correct, they have other activities planned for ice storms. But at least here in Stanford, it's good. And just having a community that wants to be together and wants to laugh and doesn't want to give in to the misery of a very dangerous, icy, horrible weather day. And lots of news that hasn't been great. And turning on the Olympics is not an escape, unfortunately, as much as it is beautiful and, and inspiring in many ways. It's not an escape from the problems of the world. So, on that happy note, let's conclude. Oseh Shalom.
I just want to say thank you so much too. Thank you for the well wishes in the chat. I'm looking forward to this continued being part of this community, serving this community. I love you all, and so it's really special, really wonderful. So we're going to end with Oseh Shalom.
We love you, Cantor Katie.
Oh. Thanks,
Yes,
Jude.
we do. Yes, we do.
Thanks, Peggy. I can tell your voices, even though I can't see where it's coming from. But thank you all so much. Really, truly, lots of love.
Oh, wait, one other thing. I'm sorry. Rabbi Ginsburg is giving the Devar Torah tomorrow. Definitely want to mention that.
Will
Thank
it be
you.
about Martians?
I don't know.
Okay. Martians in the desert. Yeah, that's where they are. Oh, say shalom. Bimromav. Oh, say shalom. Bimromav. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace. Oh, say shalom. Bimrama. Oh, say shalom. Bimrama. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace.
Shabbat shalom.
Oh, I
Shabbat
love watching you.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I love seeing the
Shabbat
screen
shalom.
fill up.
Shabbat shalom.
I,
Shalom, everyone.
I picked on all the smiling people. And then,
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom.
Anniversary, Rosalie and Dick.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Shabbat shalom.
She's
Shabbat shalom.
All right, I'm gonna hang up.
May the one who makes peace bring peace.
She was laughing at you.
Oh.
Okay.
No, I love it. I'm not laughing at. I love it.
We all
It was
laughed with.
terrific, thank you.
Oh, I love it. I
Shabbat
love it. I
shalom.
love it. And I haven't
Shabbat
forgotten. You're
shalom.
gonna